My name is Emily Carter, and for a long time, I thought silence was safer than truth. That staying quiet meant keeping the peace, avoiding drama, and protecting others, even if it hurt me. But what I didn't know then was that silence can grow heavy. It can echo. It can change you. This is my story, the story of the time I was too afraid to speak up, and how finding my voice changed everything. I grew up in the suburbs of Minneapolis, in a quiet neighborhood, with tree-lined streets and driveways full of chalk drawings and scooters. My life, at least from the outside, looked perfect. Two loving parents, an annoying but sweet younger brother named Caleb, and the best friend a girl could ever ask for, Chloe Henderson. Chloe and I met in the second grade when we both reached for the same sparkly blue pencil in the art bin. Instead of fighting over it, we decided to share, which at age 7 practically made us soulmates. From then on, we were inseparable. We had matching backpacks, matching Halloween costumes, and even matching friendship bracelets we refused to take off, even in the pool. She was the loud one, confident, opinionated, fearless. I was quieter, more careful, the kind of kid who triple-checked her homework and said sorry too much. But somehow, we balanced each other out. When she had wild ideas, I helped figure out how to make them happen. When I was too scared to try something new, she dragged me into the adventure. We grew up together like sisters, so when middle school came, with its cliques and crushes and cafeteria drama, I wasn't worried. I had Chloe. But then 8th grade happened. That was the year everything changed. It started small, subtle things, the kind you don't even notice at first. Chloe started hanging out with a new group of girls, the popular crowd. They wore mascara and knew how to flip their hair just right. I didn't mind, not at first. I figured she could have other friends, but soon, she stopped sitting next to me at lunch. She stopped answering my texts right away. She started laughing at jokes I didn't get and whispering behind locker doors. Still, I didn't say anything. I thought maybe I was imagining it. Maybe I was being needy. I didn't want to seem jealous. I didn't want to be the clingy friend. But one day, everything came crashing down. We were in gym class doing team relays. Chloe was picked as one of the team captains, and when it was her turn to choose, she skipped right over me, picked everyone but me. I stood there, the last one left, pretending not to care while my face burned hot. After class, I tried to laugh it off. "Nice strategy," I said, "leaving me till the end." "Classic," she shrugged. "Didn't want to slow us down." Then she walked away. Those 6 words hit harder than any dodgeball ever could. But I still didn't say anything. I went home that night, sat on my bed, and stared at my phone. I could have texted her, could have asked what was going on, but instead, I just stared and stayed quiet. Over the next few weeks, things got worse. Chloe and her new friends started making jokes, the kind that came with sideways glances and muffled giggles. I started getting tagged in embarrassing posts. One time, someone took a photo of me eating alone at lunch and captioned it, "Sad Girl Special." And still, I said nothing. I told myself it would pass, that it was just middle school drama, that if I stayed quiet, they'd stop. But they didn't. And every time I chose silence, I lost a little more of myself. One day, I came home from school and went straight to my room. My mom knocked on the door a few minutes later. "Emily, everything okay?" I wanted to say yes. I wanted to tell her I was fine. But something about her voice, gentle, familiar, full of love, broke through the wall I'd been building. I opened the door and burst into tears. That night, I told her everything, every detail I had been keeping inside. The jokes, the posts, the feeling of being invisible, and most of all, the pain of losing my best friend. She listened. She didn't interrupt or rush me or say, "I told you so." She just let me talk. When I finished, she hugged me and said something I'll never forget. "Sweetheart, silence doesn't protect you. It just keeps the pain inside." The next day, I did something I never thought I'd do. I spoke up, not to Chloe, not yet. I wasn't ready for that. But I talked to our school counselor, Mrs. Green. I told her what had been going on, showed her the posts, and even printed out a few screenshots I had saved. Mrs. Green listened, too. Really listened. Then she nodded and said, "Thank you for telling me. You did the right thing." After that, things started to shift. The school took it seriously. The posts were taken down. The girls were talked to. And though nothing was magically fixed overnight, I felt a little lighter, a little stronger. A few weeks later, Chloe caught up to me after math class. "Hey," she said, avoiding eye contact. "Hey," I replied, unsure what was coming. She shifted her backpack. "I heard you talk to Mrs. Green." "I did." A pause. Then, "I guess I was kind of a jerk." I didn't say anything right away. I let the silence stretch, not because I was afraid this time, but because I was thinking. Finally, I said, "Yeah, you were." She blinked. Maybe she expected me to sugarcoat it. Maybe she thought I'd let her off the hook. But this time, I chose truth over comfort. "I'm sorry," she said, and I think she meant it. We didn't magically become best friends again. Some things, once broken, don't go back to the way they were. But we found a kind of peace, a mutual respect. And I learned that I didn't need someone else to define my worth. I found new friends. I joined the yearbook team. I started writing, first in a notebook, then online. Stories about courage, about finding your voice, about girls like me. And every time I told a story, I felt a little braver. Now, years later, I still remember that season of my life. It still stings sometimes. But it also reminds me of what I gained when I finally spoke up. I gained my voice, I gained my strength, and I gained the understanding that speaking up doesn't make you dramatic or weak or difficult. It makes you powerful. So if you're out there holding something in, afraid of what will happen if you say it out loud, I hope you hear me when I say this. Your voice matters. Use it. Because silence may feel safe, but truth sets you free.